So, ladies and gentlemen, just showing you guys a lineup update of the millions and millions and millions of coins that we went ahead and added to the squadron. I will be getting gameplay back tomorrow, like I said, back on regular track with content, and tomorrow the gameplay is going to resume. So first and foremost, man, I went ahead and powered up my offensive line 3 out of the 5. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you guys why I did this. So I went with Zietler, and I went ahead and powered him up because I really love Identifier. I feel like it's a very, very, very good ability to have on your team. Definitely something that is very useful. Now, for the most part, 99% of people use the middle linebacker, and we don't need to know who they're using because, again, most people are on that position. But it's just good to take advantage of, whether they're on their safety or they're on their cornerback, they're on their, defensive linemen, and we can go ahead and take advantage of hiking the ball quickly, knowing they're not on the person they want to be on. Like we all user, specific person. I am on my middle linebacker every single play, and when I'm not on my linebacker, if I make an adjustment and they hike the ball and I'm on my cornerback or I'm on my safety or on the D line, then it ruins a lot of things. It's very frustrating. So I like to physically see when they're jumping around trying to make adjustments, and if I'm not making any hot routes that's not going to take me a long time, let's say if it's a run and I see that you're on your middle line, if I see you're on your cornerback or your outside linebacker, I'm going to go ahead and hike the ball and take advantage of that. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and power up Identifier in the same position. Like I have Frederick, who has Identifier as my center. Like I could upgrade Rodney Hudson, and he has Identifier, but I already have a center with Identifier. There's no purpose of having 2 of them, so that's why I didn't, get him. But I have Identifier because I enjoy it. And Secure Pass Protector because it eliminates immediate block sheds. Now, I have heard from some people that there's issues with it. I haven't seen it yet. Secure Pass Protector is supposed to eliminate immediate block sheds, and we all know that most people have like Reggie Whites or Khalil Max on the left end, and this is a very important, very, very, very important job for the right tackle to eliminate Khalil Max, eliminate Reggie Whites from wreaking havoc on me. So that's why I went ahead and powered up both my outside guys with Secure Pass Protector. That's the only way you're going to go on ahead and get Secure Pass Protector is by going powered up. So I went with Conklin and I went with Whitworth just so I can give me that guaranteed second as soon as I hike the ball and not have to worry about an immediate block shed. I don't have Tony Gonzalez because I sold him. I will be getting 94 Tony Gonzalez once he is available on the market for the right price. We went ahead and got Team of the Week Antonio Brown, 92 overall. We did the set for him, and looks like a very, very good receiver. Now, I'm not powering up any receivers due to the fact of there's a lot of good receivers in the game. There's a ton. There's way too many for me to choose. Like, I would do a Randy Moss in a heartbeat because I know I'm going to want every single Randy Moss. Once there's a whole bunch of 96, 97s, am I going to choose if there's 30, 95 overalls and Antonio Brown is one of them, would I choose him to be one of the 6 out of 30? Probably not. Right now there hasn't been a receiver that I know I'm going to want every single time. So, that's why I'm not powering up any receivers as of yet. And Jamal Charles, you guys, if you guys seen the video previously, then you notice, well, not the video before this, but a couple days ago, you see that we pulled this Jamal Charles and we sold him and then just swapped over the coins on this account and end up just repurchasing him. So Jamal Charles is our starter. We're going to give him a shot. I love, and I mean love, Jerome Bettis. Easily the best running back in the game up to date. But we're going to give Jamal Charles a try. You can't go wrong with 91 speed. This makes him the fastest running back in the game that's not tiered, powered up. You would have to go, I think, tier 5 or 6 with Todd Gurley, who has 91 speed as well. But 91 speed, great agility, great acceleration, great elusiveness, great trucking. We're going to give him a shot, see how he does. If I'm not liking how he does, then we'll go back to Jerome Bettis, who's an absolute monster. You guys know he is. And that's everybody on offense. On defense, we went ahead and picked up Ray. Big Ray Lewis, and he's the only newest addition that's on defense. Nobody else changes until tomorrow's Legend comes out. And this Ray Lewis is just monster-like. I mean, no pun intended for him being most feared. I mean, you really take a look at what this guy has to offer. It's flat out disgusting. I mean, 88 speed, and you got him and Derek Brooks. They're so fast right now. 96 block shed, 95 pursuit, 94 hip. I mean, hip power doesn't really matter, but it can definitely make a difference if you go on ahead and force, you know, incomplete passes by getting a big hit. But his tackle rating is high. He has secure tackle, and if you guys don't know what that does, that is guaranteeing no broken tackles whatsoever. And if you're on the AI, it limits broken tackles for the AI, but if you user it, then it definitely does not allow broken tackles. So that doesn't mean that I can't get trucked or anything. I would like to think, I don't know, maybe I can't get trucked. I don't know. I would like to think that if I make contact with you, I'm guaranteeing that, you know, with secure tackle, that I'm going to get the tackle. But if you make contact with me first, I'm not sure, because I didn't initiate the contact, you know. So if you truck me and run me over, then I'm sure, you know, that I'm sure I can just get ran over. But if I dive before you get to truck me, I'm assuming I can go on ahead and just get the tackle every single time. Like, there's going to be no tackle battles like you're going down. So that right there is definitely a plus. Now, it does suck because he doesn't have the read and react chemistry that I prefer. So that meant that I had to go back to the uniform. I had to remove the Tampa Bay uniform to go back to read and react, because read and react tier 3 gives me +2 zone to every read and react play that I have. And that's more important. I'd rather have +2 zone on the 8 guys that have, you know, read and react, instead of the Tampa Bay fold out chem that gives +1 zone to like 2 people and whatnot. I think I showed Rondé Barber. If I didn't, you know, we did pick up Rondé Barber. I mean, his stats just look godlike. And then we also have our kicker, who I don't even want to tell you how much this bastard cost me. He's rarely on the auction block. Rarely on the auction block. So, you know, went in and scooped up 90 kick power. And I say this all the time. Every single year I go on ahead and ask people, you know, if you can take any card from the previous MUT going into the next year, you know, what card would you guys want? And most people, let me get, you know, golden ticket Moss, let me get golden ticket OBJ, or all these, you know, cards. I always say, legitly, give me the player with 100 kick power, 99 kick power, because it's a safety blanket. As soon as you reach the 40-yard line, you know you're in field goal range. And this 90 kick power, you know, just means that I can go on it, and I tested it out. He can kick a field goal with no wind at the 37-yard line. So that right there is such a huge, it's a safety blanket. As soon as I get to the 37-yard line, as long as I don't have wind going against me, I'm guaranteeing myself at least 3 points from that point on. And if I have wind in my favor, I can kick from the 40-yard line. You know, he can make a 56, 57-yard field goal, no problem. And that's huge. You know, Justin Tucker can make about a 55-yarder. This guy can make a 57-yarder. So those 2 yards are, you know, definitely can make a big difference. So I still have Vinatieri, and the reason why I'm not going with the punter of, I'm drawing a blank, the dude from the Raiders. The reason why I'm not going him is because he doesn't have focus kicker. Now, because Johnny Hecker does have focus kicker, whenever I sub in Adam Vinatieri, his chem is still active because John Hecker has it. So I kick field goals every single time with Vinatieri unless I need that extra kick power. You know, if I'm kicking from the 36-yard line, then I'm going to sub in Matt Prater for that one field goal. But everything, you know, from the 34-yard line in, I put in Vinatieri to kick my field goals for the slow kick meter. That's why I'm not going with the kicker from the Raiders. So I really am drawing a blank why I can't think of his name right now. Because, you know, I don't want to get him and then sub him in manually just for like 1 punt a month that I may do. So those are the newest additions, man. Let me know if you guys are excited to, you know, view anybody. We know Fred Biletnikoff is the new receiver coming up. So Antonio Brown won't even be in the starting lineup once we get Biletnikoff. Chad Johnson will move to the slot, and we'll be starting Biletnikoff. But because Antonio Brown is fairly new and I haven't played a game with him yet, you know, I'm still going to try to get you guys some gameplay with him and see what it is we can do with him. So overall, like, this card was like, right now it's like 500K, but the day I got him, it was like 600, 700K to do. These guys are going for like 400K a piece when I got them, so you figure that's like 800K. And then to power them up, I had to buy the previous versions of them, which I didn't have. So starting from scratch, powering up a card to like tier 4 to tier 5 is expensive. So I definitely don't recommend that. I don't recommend you liking a card and want to tear him up to tier 7, and then you got to get the 88 base elite, then the 90 elite, then the 93 elite, and then, yeah, that's just way too expensive to start from scratch. But you know, that's about 800K. This is about another 600K. This card right here is about another 600K. Ray Lewis right now is going for like 800K. It's like $1 million. You can just do the math on over, you know, 3 million coins of upgrades. And then this kicker is, he's going for no less than 1.1. We'll say that. I'm embarrassed of how much I spent for this goofy ass kicker, but I love my kickers. So over 4 million coins worth of upgrades that we added. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to gameplay. It's your boy GS. We're going to go on ahead and be signing out. Peace.